It's the 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey, Ernie Johnson here, and I'm joined by Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. Tonight's broadcast will feature the Denver Nuggets as they go up against the Dallas Mavericks. For the Mavericks, they come into tonight's game after a loss to the Lakers at Staples Center. A crushing defeat in that one. Still with a sour taste in their mouths, they're looking to play much better. And Kenny, we have lots to talk about. One thing coming up on the horizon, the trade deadline. Front offices have had time to evaluate rosters. What are your feelings about blockbuster in-season trades?
Huge deals are rare in the season. You know,
Huge
typically
deals.
Huge deals. You know, but typically they come in the offseason because teams have time to nurture and bring them together. But there have been some great trades in mid-season, so you can find new life right after the trade deadline, a la Clyde Drexler of the Houston Rockets, to get us our second championship.
Good point. New players would be slow to acclimate. But, I think at times you risk disrupting chemistry.
Sometimes worth the risk, and sometimes not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like a nut, sometimes I don't.
Kevin Harlan, take it away.
The city of Denver is in full motion tonight as we get set to bring you the action from the Pepsi Center. Hello, basketball fans. You've got it on 2K Sports as we get set to bring you an exciting NBA basketball game. Joined in the booth with Greg Anthony and Brent Barry, this is Kevin Harlan. Our sideline reporter, David Aldridge. We are in the Mile High City, Denver, Colorado, live at the Pepsi Center, the home of the Nuggets. And, of course, Nerlens Noel. Without his presence, they'll have to overcome the hole there.
And it's a trade that it caught me a little off guard, I have to be honest, Kevin. He played such a big part for this team, and really the last guy I expected to see them move.
And David Aldridge is standing by for our pregame report. David, good evening.
Well, guys, Isaiah Thomas may be small in size, but he's always dreamed big. He said, "It sounds crazy, but I always thought I was going to be an NBA player, that I'd be an all-star and one of the best to play. That was in my head since I was a little boy, before I loved anything, before I knew what love was. I love the game of basketball." Kevin?
Great to hear that, D.A. Thank you. Thomas plays with real passion. You can tell he loves playing the game. A marquee matchup tonight. Two great centers going head-to-head. Brent, talk about the attributes scouts are looking for out of modern-day centers.
I think one of the things that they look for first with regards to a big man, Kevin, is a guy who doesn't shy away from contact. I know the game is moving with a little more open pace and space, but still your big guy's got to want to be physical, because there are times in the game, whether he's touching it in the post or not, he's got to be a presence both offensively and defensively. That requires taking a few hits.
And with the ability to pass, and you know, there are guys like Bogut, even in advanced age, can still, I think, make a difference in that position.
Yeah, but if you look at guys like Bogut and Steven Adams, they're still willing to sacrifice their body, not for the glory of having the ball, but everything they can do for getting the ball into open space for their guards. That means hitting a guy, setting hard screens. That physicality has got to be priority one.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Matthews and Barnes, they're the wings. Nowitzki is out there with Jordan, and it's Smith in at the point.
Harris determined right there to find his way to the free throw line. Gary Harris is the type of player that a lot of people feel very confident is just going to keep getting better and better. Has a good knack for scoring the ball. Such a great off-ball cutter. Great chemistry right now with Jokic between the two of them. And as he grows older, he'll continue to build upon his offense. Potential to be a very good two-way player.
That's good from Harris. And for Harris, the way he plays, it'll probably be a few years before he hits his prime. Brent, even right now, you like how he can fill it up.
Well, he went from his first year just averaging 13 minutes to 2 straight seasons averaging over 32. So trial by fire a bit with Gary Harris, but he continues to show progression and can be a very effective two-way player. Lots of upside for this guy. Well, a great battle last year as the season finished off between the Nuggets and Blazers to make the playoffs. Denver did not. So they made some trades, tried to make a push. This year they've got to make some improvements and maybe find themselves in one of those top 8 slots to play in the postseason.
And it's always nice to get the easy look inside for your first points of the game.
Murray kicks to Millsap. The Nuggets moving the ball around. Here's Jokic. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. And Brent, for the Nuggets, you get the feeling of excitement for this franchise.
Well, you feel like this team's not just going to make the playoffs once, but could have a very effective long run in the Western Conference, and they're going to be playing a style that a lot of their fans and certainly fans around the league are going to appreciate. Off-ball movement and passing. You know, there's a team in Golden State that seemed to do that with great effectiveness. Commending the unselfish play there. What vision on that pass.
The Mavericks have gone just 1 for 5 from the field to start the quarter. Smith drawn the double team. Barnes dishes to Jordan. Lays it up off the glass. Jordan's got his first basket.
Jordan getting to work down there on the inside, and when he gets that deep position, he can score.
Murray, the pass to Jokic. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
And where's the help? Obviously a missed rotation, something they're going to want to patch up.
Well, you have to be able to trust each other on the defensive end of the floor. Otherwise, the whole thing is just going to crumble.
Matthews, no one around him. Tries yet again. And Jordan with the layup.
Well, just chewing up the glass is DeAndre Jordan. When you don't box him out, he's going to make you pay.
Murray kicks to Jokic. Back to Murray. 6 on the shot clock. They get it back, and that one's good. Millsap.
When you let a big guy like Millsap roam around near the glass, he really gobbles up the offensive rebounds and can stick you.
Jordan the screen. Smith wide open. He fires. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. Jordan's got 6 points.
Man, he's having quite the quarter, converting at a really high percentage.
Murray kicks to Millsap. Millsap sets the pick for Barton. Harris against Matthews. Harris dishes to Murray. Basket is good. The assist from Harris. Murray's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Mavericks trail by 5. Nowitzki a screen. Smith with it. Now guarded by Barton. Nowitzki gets a wide open look. And the 3 ball is good.
And Nowitzki is one of the deadliest shooters of all time. Every time he lets it go from deep, you just get the feeling it's going in.
Now here's Murray. He just worked San Antonio in that last game. Jokic passes to Murray. Jokic a screen. Millsap against Jordan. Millsap kicks to Barton. Here's Jokic, and there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Dallas has gone just 1 of 4 from 3-point range here in the first. Smith dishes to Barnes. Shoots over Barton, and it's wide right. It's off the rim.
Yeah, the defense cannot afford to be that lazy. You got to be up on the shooters at all times, especially at the mid-range.
And looking back at last season, here's a look at the 3-point and 2-point shot attempt averages for Denver.
And they concentrated a lot on creating open looks from beyond the arc. Player movement, finding space on the perimeter, that was their #1 priority.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That's good from Harris. Hey, this is an interesting point in the season, Brent. You're in the middle of an 82-game schedule. Easy to lose focus. So that being said, how do coaches keep their guys mentally sharp mentally prepared for each and every night.
Oh, I'm sorry, Kevin. Were you asking me something?
I was, Brent, and I'm not going to ask it again.
Oh,
so hopefully you heard some.
I'm kidding. That's one of the things, Kevin, I would say. Be creative with your practice scheduling. Maybe a couple more days off. You know, do something that's outside the norm so guys don't feel like it's the broken record portion of the season. I think some of the best coaches in our league keep it creative and light at this point in the year.
The Nuggets leading by 4. Now Murray. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. Here's Harrison. Denver grabs the miss. Their last game, a win against San Antonio, looking to carry that into this one.
And always tough on the road, but that attack mindset that they brought offensively, I really felt like that set them apart.
Yeah, sometimes when you're pushing the action, you can see some great teamwork, and then all of a sudden the individuals on your team can take over. All of that here tonight.
Nowitzki a screen. Barnes outside. The feed to Jordan. And the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Well, some aggressive defense played on DeAndre Jordan. Didn't seem to bother him much. He ends up with 2.
Murray, the pass to Millsap. Back to Murray. And the rejection by Smith. And they get it back. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Nowitzki. Four on the shot clock. It's stolen by Smith. Here's Harrison, guarded by Harris. Harrison kicks to Barnes. Inside. And again, it's DeAndre Jordan. Jordan's got 10 points in the game.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
Nuggets have gotten 5 of 10 shots to drop in this game so far. Right at the 50% mark. Now here's Murray. Not a lot of room. He doesn't hit that one.
Right now he's just out of sync. A lot of shots rimming out, and he's got to try to find something different.
And that's really a function of the offense not working as it should.
Yeah, maybe lazy play calling or just going through the motions on that possession. This often leads to a bad shot.
Now here's Millsap. Harrison Barnes missing his last shot. Jokic a screen. Barton drives in. That shot no good. Now Dallas takes it the other way. They couldn't put the pieces together, losing the last matchup with the Lakers.
And simply put, they couldn't score. They never got completely in sync in that one.
And this is when you look at the opposition and give them some credit with their defensive effort, just a higher level of energy and focus. They were disruptive.
And Denver decides to take their first time out here.
And they've let things get out of hand. Good time to reconvene.
They're just on the wrong end right now of a big run, and they need to plan how they're going to shift the momentum of the game.
Denver with a platoon swap here on the floor. The Nuggets trail by 3. Now here's Thomas. They've been leaning on him for a decent chunk of their offense. He's averaging over 15 points a game. Barea kicks to Harrison. The pass to Mejri. Fires from deep. It's hauled in by the Nuggets. Last time they came together was in Dallas, where they fell to the Mavericks.
And in part because I just thought they came out flat in that game and could never recover. Just not their best effort.
You could see the coach trying a few different rotations in that game, shaking things up, trying to get something going, but nothing was working.
Finney-Smith can't get it to go. Denver's gone 2 of 2 from three-point range here in the first quarter. Thomas against Barea. Pass to Mejri. Here's Harrison. Some nice passing here by Dallas. A nice shot by Barea.
Take a look at Mike Malone as he made the switch from the Sacramento Kings and made his way to the Rocky Mountain, and he's got these fans on a high. He wants a lot from his players. He's got a lot of youth on this roster and is treating each one of them fairly until one steps out as a superstar for the Nuggets.
No good from Beasley. Here's Dallas. They're on a 13-5 run. The shot by Harrison, no good. The Nuggets trail by 3. Beasley outside. Here's Thomas. Hangs in midair and converts on the double clutch layup. Thomas got 5. With this young roster that Malone is charged with, he has made some adjustments and rewarded players for stepping up to the task.
I think that's what you need to do with the young roster, but also Mike Malone, Kevin, I think is learning a bit more about how he wants to coach. He's learning a bit about these young players himself, so they have a nice bit of symmetry that's building around this basketball team that could produce a lot of successful seasons under his tenure.
Thomas gone 2 of 3 from the field. To the paint. Outside for Barea. Here's Finney-Smith. No good on the shot, a bit long that time. Nuggets have gotten 7 of their first 16 field goal attempts to go down here in the first. There's the dish to Barea. Pass to Harrison. To the middle. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agendas.
Thomas kicks to Plumlee. Hernangomez passes to Lyles. Back to Hernangomez. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Barea kicks to Finney-Smith, and there's the whistle. Illegal screen. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You look at Denver. They're down at the 7th position right now. Decent start to the season, but they're looking to make a move. And, of course, the Mavericks, 2.5 games back.
You know, right now, Dallas, they've had their chances to kind of separate themselves from the pack this season, but so far, they haven't been able to capitalize on those opportunities.
It's got to be frustrating for them so far this year. Anytime it's appeared that they're ready to break out, they've suffered some sort of regression, and it has them stuck right there in the middle of the standings.
Here's Beasley, and he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time, the whistle blowing. And Dallas gets called for the foul. This is his first free throw of the game.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. For the Mavericks, 16 consecutive years of 500 basketball or better. Coming to an end last season, unfortunately for them.
Yeah, it was the beginning of a rebuild. The first time in a long time for the Mavs, and they waived some of their veterans to free up space and court time to further develop those young players. And with how competitive this organization is, you know they'll do everything they can to get back in contention to try to send Dirk out on a high note.
Here's Barea. Can't hit that one. And Denver the other way now. Thomas dishes to Beasley. The Nuggets with another miss. And so here is Dallas. They trail by 1. Passes it to Finney-Smith. Here's Mesri. Here's Harrison, and it's sent back by Plumlee.
Big athletic guys like Plumlee. Hard to get your shot over them before they can get their hands up.
Now flying high and throwing it down with the one hand.
One of his favorite moves right there, guys. Now here's Barea. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Offensive rebound. Finney-Smith kicks to measure. Here's Harrison, covered by Beasley. Harrison passes to Measury. 2 on the clock, and no good. A good close contest so far as we finish the first quarter. Nuggets lead by 3. And don't go away. We'll be back with the action for the start of the second quarter in just a moment. And one of our game's most explosive dunkers, DeAndre Jordan, tells us what it feels like to be DeAndre Jordan.
And you jump 20 feet in the air, it's like you're flying for a quick second. And then I've learned that how good the dunk was on the reaction of my teammates.
And for a guy like DeAndre, and a guy of DeAndre's size, guys, it's hard to believe how fluid he is in the air.
He's got some body torque into those jams, and just all around he seems to improve his game every year.
And so far it's been a closely contested game as we get the second quarter up and going. What do you guys think about the Nuggets out here in this one?
I mean, through that first quarter, to me it's all about their D.
There's a lot of ways to build a lead. This one's built on stops.
All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. So out there for the Nuggets right now, we've got Lyles. Beasley is out there with Isaiah Thomas. Then it's Plumlee, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 3 spot. Shot clock at 3. It's blocked, and they force the shot clock violation. Great team. The Nuggets leading by 5. Plumlee with the screen. Thomas kicks to Lyles. Off target from 3-point range.
Man, that's a clean shot, too. You got to sink those. He must be disappointed that he blew that chance.
Over to the wing. The pass to Measury. Beasley with the steal. Plumlee dishes to Thomas. He kicks it to Beasley. From beyond the arc, Barea pulls it in. Mavericks trailed by 5. Over Thomas. And off the front iron, and in it goes. Barea's got 5 now. For Denver, they've gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Beasley the screen. Thomas against Barea. Thomas passes to Hernan Gomez. And another miss by Denver. The Mavericks shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Matthews. Here's Measuring. Plumlee with the rebound.
Oh, and the D did not make that any easier. Can't fault the shooter for missing. That's a tough shot.
Plumlee with the screen. Thomas, it's a wide open look. The 3-pointer no good.
He sunk that 3 in the first, but's yet to make another one.
There's Matthews. Outside for Barea. It's good. This game is all even. Barea's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Good decision to kick the ball out as the defense collapsed.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, Rick Carlisle is one of the most respected head coaches in the league, especially for his X's and O's. But Bucks coach Jason Kidd, who played for Carlisle, praised his disposition. He's never up and never down, Kidd said. There's no panic in it. He gives you that sense of security to go out there and make a play. Kevin?
Gotta love Coach Carlisle, D.A., an even-keel guy who places a lot of trust in his players. Here is Matthews after the Nuggets pick up 2. 6 to shoot. Off the screen. Beasley with the rebound.
And, you know, you can see in his eyes, he knows that is not a dunk he should have missed.
Hernan Gomez kicks to Beasley. Right side, Thomas shoots the three, sinks the three-pointer. Thomas got the lead up to 5 now for Denver.
Yeah, it's not so much just the made shots, it's the consistency of the made shots that's got his team the lead.
Back to Matthews. And here is Measury. He hasn't scored yet. That, I'm sure, will change. Thomas against Barea. Denver grabs the miss.
That's a surprise. I mean, really out of character for him to miss when the defense is not right up on him. The defensive reaction time, it was just immediate on that one.
You know, sometimes the most important part of that is the angle that the defender chooses. That time, he chose wisely.
Here's Smith. Coming in off a 12-point game, his last outing. Nowitzki a screen. To the inside. Here's Jordan. Yes, and it's Smith with the assist that time. Jordan's got 12 in the game.
Now, this is a bit of a head scratcher. You don't expect DeAndre Jordan to have that kind of run offensively, but he's doing it here.
Now here's Murray. Here's Jokic. It's good. Jokic has got his 3rd bucket of the night.
How about Jokic? A little bit of forceful play down there on the interior.
Jordan the screen. Now here is Smith. He's covered by Murray. The shot's good from Smith.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Harris against Matthews. Jokic sets the screen for Harris. Feeds to Murray. Outside Millsap. Clock at 6. Another 3 for Denver.
Good looking 3-ball from Millsap there. You got to defend him when he's out there.
Now here is Smith. Guarded closer. Nowitzki a screen. Smith kicks to Barnes. Jordan with a screen on Barton. Here's Barnes. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's going to go on Will Barton.
And Harrison Barnes, just a tremendous athlete at that small forward position. I think his strength enables him to guard up and hold his own against power forwards, and coaches love that versatility.
That's good from Barnes. And Greg, you look at the versatility of Barnes. He can defend, I think, 3 positions.
And that's what the league is all about now. Switching on picks, much more popular. And with an all-around solid defender like Barnes, it doesn't uncover mismatches.
Barnes hits them both.
Kevin, these are easy points. Remember, free throws.
Denver leading by 4. Murray, the pass to Jokic. Over Jordan. Jokic, no good.
He operates well in traffic, but still, that's just a tough play to finish.
In the corner, Smith with it. Dallas, no good that time either. Denver's gone 4 of 8 tonight from 3-point land, shooting 50% on the 3-ball here. Now here's Murray, covered by Smith. It's Millsap with the drive, and Millsap slams it in.
A great drive by Millsap there, capped off with the finish.
Mavericks trail by 6. Outside Matthews. Smith outside. Nowitzki a screen. Denver grabs the miss. Jokic has got 3 rebounds now in this one.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team.
Jokic is a big center, tough to contain close to the basket. That's a nice throwdown.
Dallas has gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Now here is Smith. He has 5. Nowitzki outside. He dishes it to Barnes. Up again, controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Well, Jordan just wreaking havoc on the rim now.
Murray dishes to Harris. Jokic sets the screen for Harris. Murray with it. Now Smith defending. Murray, good. Murray's got the lead up to 8 now for Denver.
And they're forcing the ball inside, and it's working like a charm.
And for the Mavericks, they're shooting 33% in the second quarter. The offense has looked crossed up and confused at times. Here's Smith. He's been playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. And it's Nowitzki missing. Denver leading by 8. Murray with it. Jokic with the screen on Smith. And there's another one for the Nuggets.
Yeah, and they're shooting really starting to pick up here in the second.
And Dallas calls their first time out of the game. Brent, what a career for Paul Millsap, a 4-time All-Star.
Well, the 47th pick in the 2006 draft out of Louisiana Tech. He was not the most heralded player, certainly, but as he reached his 30s, the guy has played in 4 consecutive All-Star games. An amazing story in the league.
Harrison's checked in for Dallas. Mavericks trail by 10. Nowitzki a screen. Smith kicks to Jordan. Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line.
Well, some strength on display from Jordan there. Love how he uses it to convert on these and-one opportunities.
Hey, Greg, when you look at all the dunks that DeAndre Jordan has on his resume, it's pretty impressive.
And Jordan, I feel, is even underrated with his dunking ability. Very agile. You can see that in warm-ups as well as the dunk contest. His unmatched power when attacking the rim, really unprecedented. He may be the best athlete in the league.
Jordan no good on the free throw.
I think what separates Jordan from most of the other centers is sheer athleticism, using it whenever he can on both ends of the floor.
And a look here at the shot chart for the Mavericks.
It's pretty telling when you look at the shots they're missing from mid-range. Just not shooting a high enough percentage there, and it's hurting them. A lot of those misses have been heavily defended or with a high degree of difficulty.
2 shots.
They need to take it inside, draw the contact, or get an easier look.
And he makes the first. Hey, Brent, you and I were talking about the toughest players in the league just a minute ago. It's easy to go right to physical attributes, but let's shift it. And who are some of the toughest guys mentally in the game now?
Well, those guys who are thinking out there on the floor, not only about what they have to do, Kevin, but getting their guys lined up and into right spots. I think that Marc Gasol does an incredible job of that in Memphis, especially as the center, knowing all the coverages, backing up the line of defense on pick and rolls, rebounding, outletting, scoring. That's a lot of work for a big guy. And the elite guys that we could talk about, Kev, Chris Paul and LeBron James. I mean, how good are those guys when it comes down to making sure that things are communicated between the coach and that all 5 guys know their responsibilities on the floor?
I bet if it can come from the back end, like you said with Gasol, what about a guy like DeAndre Jordan, who I think has really tried to improve that part of his game?
I think there's a lot more appreciation for how much DeAndre Jordan does, especially the way that he contributed to the USA team.
Here's Smith following the basket by Jokic. The 11-footer, good on that shot, and with that, the Nugget lead is cut down to 10 on the bucket from Dirk Nowitzki.
Yeah, you got to appreciate the mindset of Smith. Solid at running the offense and finding his teammates who are open.
Now here's Murray. 7 points in the game. Dishes to Harris. Millsap a screen. Harris passes to Jokic. Good. And Harris gets the assist. Harris has got his 3rd assist on the night.
Beautiful execution from him, building off a great first quarter, looking unstoppable here.
Here's Harrison. Nowitzki a screen. Smith kicks to Harrison. Shot clock at 6. That shot off the mark. Good work defensively by Millsap. Left side, Harris. That's his 2nd shot and his 2nd basket. He's 2 for 2.
Well, that bucket from Harris was all about perseverance. He takes his time and uses what he has of those muscles and puts it on the defense.
Now here is Smith. He has 5. Pass to Harrison. Kicks to Barnes. Shoots over Barton. Barnes can't get it to go. The Nuggets leading by 14. Nowitzki with the steal. And here we go. The Mavericks on a fast break. Barnes with the ball. And then Smith with the dunk.
I tell you what, Smith is a gamer. This guy's out there to take on anybody who stands in his way.
So many great point guards in this year's draft. Greg, what stands out to you about North Carolina State's Dennis Smith?
Well, I think he's the best athlete of them all. A terror off the bounce, great toughness, and he's drawn some comparison to Stevie Francis when you talk about his bounce and physicality.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the 2nd. A nice way to get your offense going.
52 seconds left to play in the first half. Back to Thomas. Jokic sets the screen for Thomas. Just 5 on the clock. For 3, Beasley. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Measury's got his 3rd rebound tonight. Finney-Smith passes to Harrison. Here's Jokic. Foul call that time on the way up. That'll give him 2 chances at the free throw line here.
I think what I appreciate about Jokic is the hard work that he continues to put in. Not only what he wants to do, but what his brothers want him to do. And that's not waste this opportunity to become the best player he can be.
This is his first trip to the line tonight.
An 85% shooter there, and they've been able to count on him hitting his shots from the line.
Two shots.
Free throw, good. Jokic.
No wasted trips at all. They're taking care of business at the line.
Dallas making a switch here. Berea's checked in. And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Mavericks trail by 13. Here's Harrison. They set the pick. Berea with a wide open look. Dallas again missing. And so that's the end of the first half. Denver on top. They lead by 13. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks, guys. Here with Coach Mike Malone. How has ball movement opened up things for you offensively?
Every game we have where we get into a one-on-one game, over dribbling, not passing, we become very easy to guard. The good thing about tonight is the ball is moving. We're trying to make plays for each other. When we move the ball, we get high percentage shots, which is all we can ask for.
Thanks very much for your time, Coach. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And stay with us, folks. We'll be back just after halftime to get the third quarter started.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello again, everybody. Boy, what a crowd joining us here for our halftime report. I'm Ernie Johnson alongside Kenny the Jet Smith and the Diesel, Shaquille O'Neal. Some incredible work in this one by Nikola Jokic. He had 14 points and 7 rebounds. He has bounced back nicely from what was a tough night for him in their last game. Judging by that first half, he's back to his old self again. Shaq, let's get your take on Denver.
They came out with the right mindset. That's what I'm talking about right there. I mean, that's the hard driving offensive approach I like to see. If they keep it up, unstoppable.
And over to Kenny. Let's get your insights on Dallas.
Poor efficiency on offense. That's what jumps out at me. You aren't going to win many games shooting under 35%. Bad shot selection, too much one-on-one play, not finishing with authority. Now, these are correctable errors. They could choose to come out in the second half and completely flip that script.
That about wraps it up. Time now for the second half of the game. We go to Kevin Harlan for the call.
The lights of downtown Denver shimmering in the background as we welcome you back to the Mile High City and the Pepsi Center. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. DeAndre Jordan has been sensational.
Yeah, good things happen when you maintain composure. Their shot selection has been extremely disciplined.
Hey, Greg, is there a shot that he's taken that has been out of the flow of the offense? I don't think so.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first 2 quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. On the floor for Dallas, Smith Jr. runs the point with Matthews at his side. They're the backcourt. Barnes at the 3 with Dirk at the 4. And it's Jordan in at the 5 spot. Now here's Barton. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And the foul called on Paul Millsap. That's his first foul. Mavericks trail by 13. Outside Matthews. The drive by Smith. And sticking right with it, gets the foul with the bucket, and he'll go to the line.
And Smith likes getting close to the rim, a consistent scorer when he's deep inside. And when you look at Dennis Smith Jr., you aren't blown away by the physicality at first, but he's incredibly gifted for a player his size. Great speed and quickness to blow by defenders.
One shot, gentlemen.
And with Dennis Smith, it isn't just burst of speed, it's his play in the open floor and Greg running end to end, which is phenomenal.
Yeah, he also just jumps and finishes at the rim like a shooting guard. He's only probably 6'2", 6'3", but he gets up in the air like a wing player. He's a lot like Derrick Rose was when he burst on the scene.
Well, Millsap really wants the shot anytime he can get it from there. That's his comfort zone.
Smith dishes to Nowitzki. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot 2. It's going to be on Jokic.
And I'll tell you what, age ain't nothing but a number when you talk about the impact of Dirk Nowitzki. I mean, with his size and shooting touch, he creates so many openings for himself and his teammates offensively.
Shooting 2.
And that one falls for Nowitzki. And Nowitzki's turnaround, an unblockable shot when he's hitting. Greg, he's unguardable.
And even though he's lost a little lift in the legs, he's worked hard to kind of quicken his release. And just another tweak for a guy who's made a career of adding layers to his Hall of Fame game.
Nowitzki hits them both.
Such a big bonus to have a big guy that can step up to the free throw line and knock down shots. So many guys struggle from there.
Little over a minute gone here in the second half. Millsap kicks to Barton. Back to Millsap. Rejected by Nowitzki. Barnes with it. Out guarded by Murray. Kept alive. Jordan the pass to Smith. Off the mark, had a chance to trim it to single digits. Denver leading by 10. Murray kicks to Barton. Takes the three. The shot missing. So the Mavericks will take it the other way.
Yeah, they got to hope to turn it on soon. 1 of 4 so far, and they know they got to be better.
Smith dishes to Jordan. Shoots over Barton. And Matthews kicks to Barnes. 6 to shoot. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Barnes has got 6.
When the guy is capable of so many things like that on the offensive end, anytime you lose sight of him, he's got a huge advantage.
On the wing, Harris shoots over Matthews. Harris misses.
They're 1 of 5 to begin this half, guys, and they have to address this problem quickly or this could get out of hand.
Barnes can't get it to go. Nuggets have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. And stolen by Barnes. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. And no good. Trying to use the glass. The Nuggets leading by 8. In the corner, it's Harris. To the right side. Millsap kicks to Harris. Shot clock at 5. 3-pointer. Barton. And the 3 ball is good. And the Nuggets lead by 11.
Will Barton catches the ball. A great job of squaring up. And the defense better be aware of him there.
Dallas calls timeout. As the teams head into this timeout, a chance for the coaches now to map out some plays for the next few minutes and a chance for the players to rehydrate with some Gatorade. That's important if they want to make sure they don't wear down later in the game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, you have to stay hydrated.
Well, we all know, Brent, you grew up in a real basketball environment. What affected watching your dad and competing against your brothers and being in that conversation at the dinner table have on the development of your playing style?
Well, I think first and foremost what comes to mind, Kevin, is just competing. And it wasn't just competing at basketball. It was wiffle ball in the backyard, soccer in the fall, baseball in the spring, Monopoly during the weekends. So anything we could get our hands on that had to do with the game, yeah, it was about that competition.
And what do you do now in retirement? Is there what do you find to stimulate the competitive side?
Well, I beat my kids in Monopoly, I could tell you that.
And that one's good. Barnes.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Now Barton. He feeds it to Murray. Plumlee with a screen on Smith. Millsap passes to Plumlee. Barton with it. Guarded now by Barnes. And that one comes up a bit short. Mavericks trail by 9. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
For Denver, they've gone just 25% from the field here in the second half. They're 2 of 8. Yep, that one goes. And 11 points for Paul Millsap.
Textbook assist there from Will Barton, moving the ball around. Sometimes you just get rewarded like you did there.
Jordan the screen. Now here is Smith. Defense is right there. Barton against Barnes. Goes back up. Goes up again. Good on the shot. Barnes has got 10 points in the game.
Bucket earned, out muscling and out hustling everybody for the rebound.
Now here's Murray. Covered by Smith. 3-pointer. Barton gets it to go from beyond the arc. Barton's got 6 here in this quarter.
Off-season work and shooting the basketball paying off for Barton there. This guy you have to keep your eye on if he gets the ball around the arc.
Smith outside. Nowitzki with the screen on Harris. Here's Smith. Jordan. And there's Jordan putting it right back in. He's got 18.
And look at it. A significant portion of their offense coming on those second chance opportunities.
Murray kicks to Millsap. Back to Murray. The feet to Plumlee. Barton against Barnes. Barton drives in, and that one's good. Millsap.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And the Mavericks call time here.
And one of the things about Will Barton's game that, to me, makes him such a force is how unpredictable he can be. He plays at times almost like a man out of control, and it really does work to his advantage as he is a difficult guy to deal with in those one-on-one situations.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Lyles checked in for Millsap. Hernangomez comes in for Barton. Beasley's checked in for Harris. And Isaiah Thomas subbed in for Jamal Murray. Here's Hernangomez. That three off the mark. And to back up the point with Barton in his chaotic play style, he knows exactly what he's about. Famously saying, Greg, I'm so creative most of the time, I don't know what I'm going to do.
And, you know, that might sound glib, but it is just how Barton plays. I mean, a fantastic competitor who just does what it takes to win. He gives you a little bit of everything out on the floor.
Here's Hernangomez, and it's off from three-point range.
He's still looking for his shot. Somehow they're winning, but they'd like to get him going. Well, both him and the team seem to be off their game right now, and the frustration is clearly mounting as the clock is winding down.
Now here's Beasley. He averages a bit over 6 points a game. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up, and two shots coming up. Harrison Barnes picks one up. The Nuggets haven't made a mistake at the line yet. 10 of 10.
Yeah, and over the course of the season, they're a respectable 78%. That comes in handy in close games.
That one is off. Well, one reason the Nuggets have the success they do on the offensive end is that this team is loaded with passers.
Yeah, and amazing that their best passer is their center in Jokic. That encourages so many guys, Kevin, to have energy to move without the basketball. Cut, get an opening, and all of a sudden the ball is in your hands. That unselfish play helped this Nugget team be one of the more devastating offensive rosters in the league.
So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Well, let's say Brent Barry's out there.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line, and as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard.
2 shots.
Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right. That free throw good from Harrison.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
He's perfect from the line this time.
And the Mavericks looking to go young now around Nowitzki. Unsurprisingly, they've already found some intriguing young prospects.
Now here's Plumlee. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. Hernangomez passes to Thomas. The Nuggets with another miss. Mavericks trail by 9. And for the Mavericks, you look at their young guys, a lot of athleticism, and Greg, an upside already on the roster.
And Mavs fans have to be pleased with what they've done so far. I mean, especially with the selection of Dennis Smith in the draft, who can be a special player at that point guard position. They're making smart moves to kind of revamp this roster.
Now Barea, after Isaiah Thomas missed from long range. The shot by Harrison, no good.
Yeah, another missed opportunity And you can just see the frustration.
Yeah, when your shot's in the fridge like this, it's easy to lose your confidence, and that's why some of the most prolific scorers, they have short-term memories.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Here's Measury. Denver able to drain the three.
There's tremendous balance with this Nugget basketball team, especially on the offensive end. You can have a lot of players in their rotation carrying the scoring load and a lot of different playmakers that are out there on their roster.
Now, gentlemen, 2 shots. 2 shots.
And that one falls for Measuring. And so he makes both from the line. The Nuggets leading by 10. Thomas dishes to Beasley. Pass to Hernangomez. Outside Thomas. Beasley outside. That's good. And it's Thomas picking up the assist. Beasley's got 10 points. Brent, as you said, the Nuggets have a balanced roster. And from that, a balanced scoring attack.
Well, a lot of the guys on this Nuggets roster can score some points. So having players at every position who can get you a bucket, that can lead to some great offensive success.
Dallas calls timeout.
Yeah, it looked like they tried to shoot their way out of the slump, and that didn't work. They got to go back and regroup.
Well, no matter how hard it's been, you want to stay positive, stay focused, and maybe a couple shots will get you right back in it.
Now here's Barea. He's got 10. They set the screen. Here's Finney-Smith. Here's Measuring. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And a look now at the various locations of the shots taken so far for Millsap.
And this is a grown man shot chart right here. Not too much going on outside, but look at how things are for them in the paint. They are attacking the rim and not settling for the jump shot. And right now it's paying off in bunches. If I'm them, then I'd continue to do the same thing going forward until an adjustment is made.
And that one falls for Measuring. And for the Mavericks, clearly the rebuild, Greg, has begun.
Yeah, but they made good use of their picks. They brought in more youth and signed their building blocks. Franchise isn't used to rebuilding, but they are approaching it, I think, the right way.
Jokic has checked in for Mason Plumlee. And he can't hit the second. The Nuggets leading by 12. Now, here is Hernangomez. And Thomas has it in the corner. Back to Hernangomez. Passes it to Jokic. Just 5 to shoot. It's good again, and an excellent 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
I respect the touch of Jokic on the inside. If he's good with the ball and soft hands as a passer, why not around the rim?
The pass to Harrison. They set the pick. Now the dish to Barea. Stolen by Thomas. And the Nuggets pushing it up now. Goes up, rips down the breakaway slam.
The tenacity, the attention to detail, it's why these guys are in complete control.
It seems like they've been at it on both ends tonight. Tremendous all-around play from them. Has them up quite a bit here.
And so here is Dallas after the Nuggets pick up 2. Here's Harrison. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
Well, some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game, but as you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
Now here's Thomas. He's got 10. Gomez kicks to Jokic. Tries it from the top of the key. Barea pulls it in. Mavericks trail by 14. Pass to Mejri. Second chance shot. That shot is off. Good defense by Jokic. And for the Nuggets, they're shooting 47% from the field in the third. Back to Beasley. He kicks to Thomas. Good ball movement here by the Nuggets. Jokic. Mejri with the rebound. Mejri's got rebound number 8 now on the night. Pass to Finney-Smith. Back to Mejri. Over to the wing. Feeds it to Barea. Clock at 6. There's a good screen. Here's the teardrop. Excellent D there from Beasley. The Nuggets leading by 14. Here's Gomez. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first free throw is good. And that's good as he hits both of his shots. 20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Here's Harrison, covered by Beasley. Harrison kicks to Barea. Jokic with the steal. Beasley with a clean look. And again, Denver no good. And so it's Denver in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. Their defense has been active and effective. We'll take a quick break and then back to the action here. Rick Carlisle had some words for his team. Let's hear what he had to say.
Keep playing. Take turnovers out of the game, all right? Defense, 1, 2, 3, defense.
Preaching efficiency, preaching defense. Rick Carlisle right there wants to see no mistakes out there.
Yeah, I mean, protect the basketball. Try not to force anything and just take what the defense gives you.
And we welcome you back as we get going here in the fourth quarter. The final quarter of play can change everything. Down low, it's Millsap and Jokic. Thomas is out there with Murray. And it's Gomez in at the small forward position. That's the group in the game for the Nuggets. Finney-Smith passes to Harrison. Mejri laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Mejri's got the fourth quarter going with the first basket of the period here for the Mavs. Millsap a screen. Thomas kicks to Murray. No good from outside. Mavericks trail by 14. And here's Barea. Floats one, and that's 2 points on the layup.
Again and again, they're dissecting the defense and creating those high percentage looks from inside.
And the Nuggets over the past few seasons have done a great job as an organization of collecting talent.
And with that steady approach, they've been able to develop a star with Jokic. The Nuggets took a very disciplined approach to building this team, and you can see the depth they enjoy, and it all starts with the job this front office has done.
Free throw good, Gomez. And the Nuggets making a change here. Harris is checked in. Dallas also making some changes. Dirk Nowitzki, he's checked in for Measury. Harrison Barnes comes in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And Smith subbed in for Harrison. Off on that one, so he goes 1 for 2 at the line.
He's been a little bit disappointing in this game. However, his team has his back. They need a little bit more help from him.
The Nuggets leading by 13. Jokic with his screen on Barnes. Gomez kicks to Jokic. And another miss by Denver. The Mavericks have gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the fourth quarter started. And then Smith with the jam.
Yeah, you gotta love seeing the young fella dunk that one home. Smith likes to show off that incredible vertical.
And that replay sponsored by Under Armour. Another Unleash Chaos moment, giving us an excellent perspective on the play. Now here is Harris. Millsap left side. Nice D from Nowitzki.
The defense was solid there, smothering him close inside, and that's how you want to guard him.
From 13, Smith missing again.
And he completely threw the timing off on that jumper. That is how you D up.
Playing with tremendous aggressiveness without fouling. That's an excellent job.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
Here's Smith following the basket by Jokic. Off the pick. And it's Denver with the rebound. Jokic has got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. Harris misses.
I tell you what, I'd settle for having as many points in this game as he has rebounds.
And he's just working and working and working. Tireless.
Martin's checked in for Juan Hernangomez. Wesley Matthews checked in for the Mavericks. Smith drawn the double team. And here are the Nuggets now. The Nuggets leading by 13. We're in the final quarter of play here. 3 minutes in. Murray with it. Matthews covering. Millsap dishes to Murray. Just 4 to shoot. Barnes grabs the miss.
And he rushed that one, no doubt about it. The D out of position, you could see the frustration on his face.
Got that bucket in no time at all.
One of the better shots in his arsenal. Someone has to rotate.
Murray kicks to Millsap. They set the pick. Jokic a screen. Back to Murray. And it's blocked by Jordan.
If there's one end of the floor that DJ takes seriously, it's the defensive end, and he loves to get up and reject those shots.
And a little over 3.5 minutes in the books so far here in the fourth. Now here is Smith. He's covered by Murray. Nowitzki, the pass to Barnes, and stolen by Barton. Passes it to Jokic. Murray kicks to Harris. And another miss by Denver. Mavericks trail by 11. Smith for 3. Millsap grabs the miss. Millsap's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Millsap a screen. Now here's Murray. He's guarded closely. And the basket by Harris.
Outstanding look from the perimeter from Gary Harris. When he gets space to shoot from there, he has no problems with it.
Matthews dishes to Smith. Down low, Jordan, and it's sent back by Millsap. Martin from outside, and again Denver with the triple.
Having a lot of trouble stopping the three-point shot.
Mavericks have gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Matthews passes to Jordan. And Matthews kicks to Smith. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact. It's on Gary Harris.
And a name that a lot of NBA teams were in on this past offseason was Paul Millsap. His ability to shoot from outside and play in the post was wanted all over the league, and the Nuggets were the team ultimately that was able to land him.
Two shots.
And the first one at the line is good. And for the Nuggets, Millsap, Greg, seems to be what they want in the 4.
You know, he pairs well with Jokic and others on this team, gives them some shooting and rebounding, plus his overall versatility is what separates him. The Nuggets seem to jump out of nowhere to sign him, but when you look at things, it really does make sense.
And he can't hit the second.
And how about the confidence that Smith plays the game with? He knows he's not the biggest guy out there, but that doesn't stop him from being the most aggressive.
Now here's Barton. Down low. Here's Jokic. And again, it's Denver.
And each bucket at this point feels like a backbreaker.
Well, to win at this level consistently, you cannot be faint of heart, and he's going in for the kill.
Mavericks trail by 18. Smith up top. He's covered by Murray. And it's sent back by Millsap.
Well, as soon as the shot was released, Millsap gets off the floor quickly and blocks it.
Barton against Barnes. Now here's Murray. Tight defense on him, and he lays it straight in. And the Nuggets lead by 20.
And that monster lead continues to grow. They are just piling it on now.
Now, that's the attack mindset with which they entered the game with, and I wouldn't expect them to let up now.
Now here's Jordan. Here's Barnes. The putback controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
And his teammates have to step up just a little bit more. He's been lights out. Needs a bit more support.
Murray kicks to Millsap. Back to Murray. Jokic with a screen on Smith. Murray the pass to Jokic. He dishes it to Harris. 6 on the shot clock. Pulls it up. And so it looks like Denver will retain possession here. Denver with the ball.
And Smith working hard on defense, using that vertical well to contest shots and throw shooters off.
Matthews no good.
That's just poor shooting right now from him, and I'm not sure why he's even attempting those kind of shots.
Murray kicks to Jokic, and Jokic slams it in.
So good at picking his spots. He always knows exactly what the team needs from him offensively. That's why they hold the lead.
Mavericks trail by 20. Smith right side. The putback. Here's Jordan, and finally they hit one. Jordan's got 4 this quarter.
Just a grinder, always doing the dirty work on the offensive glass, and that's one of the things he brings to the table.
Murray the pass to Jokic. Fires for 3. Barton no luck. Mavericks shooting 33% for the night. That's a big thorn in their side right now. Here's Barnes. Offensive rebound Mavericks.
And that's a good job of just getting after it on the backboard. Gets them another possession and allows them to run even more clock.
Jokic with it. He's picked up by Jordan. Another shot. The kick out to Barton. Dishes to Millsap. Over Matthews. And it's wide right. Hits off the rim.
Well, in the rebounding game, at least, it's been a strong physical performance for him.
Smith dishes to Jordan. Down low. And Matthews gets it to go.
Well, passing is something he does very well, especially when it comes to leading his man to the right spot.
Murray kicks to Barton. Out to Harris. Back to Barton. Lets the three fly. It's rebounded by Dallas. And here we go. Fast break. Barnes has got it. Barnes with another miss.
And you just get the sense the whole period he's been a bit out of sync.
Yeah, sometimes you just can't figure out what's wrong, but he keeps trying to push through.
Mavericks trail by 16. And Matthews kicks to Smith. Nowitzki sets a screen for Smith. Barton against Barnes. Shot clock at 6. Shoots over Barton. Barnes with another miss.
Man, if he's missing those kind of good looks, his team is in some serious trouble.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here. And he knocks down the first one. Isaiah Thomas is checked in for the Nuggets. And so he hits both. Mavericks trail by 18. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Dallas calls timeout. One of the stories here, Nikola Jokic getting it done today.
And they simply have no answer right now for what he's doing to them. He is making them pay.
And now the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Jokic.
Yeah, and his percentage from the field tonight, just amazing. He hadn't just been gunning. He's been picking his spots, and you need that kind of patience and discipline to shoot as well as he has.
Coming into this game, he'd been having a tough stretch. We all know that, but not anymore. He's back at his best, and I think it's safe to say that slump is over. Matthews against Harris. Matthews passes to Smith. No good. Now Denver takes it the other way. Barton outside. Over Barnes. Barton no luck. Mavericks trail by 18. And Matthews kicks to Smith. There's the feed to Nowitzki. Over Jokic. And it's Nowitzki missing.
And getting a hand in the shooter's face, locking down that in-between area.
Just taking on the challenge on every possession. I love defenders who give nothing away.
The Mavericks shooting at a 32% clip from the field. They're just not executing. Smith on the wing. He's guarded by Thomas. The drive by Barnes. And it's sent back by Millsap.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout. Big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the Nuggets.
And this was one that never really was in doubt, I thought, an all-around dominant performance. And you kind of thought that maybe even going into the game.
Yeah, there was a sense of that, and man, they just pretty much blew them right out of the water. A clinic was put on display here today.
And you can mark this one down in the W column. It'll mark their 23rd of the season.
And they're able to even the score of this series at a game apiece. Still, 2 more to go in the season series.
And as usual, some excellent work tonight in what was a quality big impact game for Jokic.
And he was remarkable. Absolutely destroyed the opposition. Any matchup he had tonight, it felt like he was going to dominate.
Catching up on the changes for Denver. Mason Plumlee's checked in for Jokic. Lyle comes in for Paul Millsap. Juan Hernan-Gomez, he's checked in for Barton. And it's Beasley in for Gary Harris.
Well executed, great rhythm. You've got to finish that one.
Well, it's like Thanksgiving out there, carving out space off the screen. Just couldn't complete the play.
The Nuggets with another miss. Here's Dallas. 19-point game. They set the screen. With the putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it? And so it's Denver taking care of business in this one. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish it.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thank you, Kevin. Mason, your game has expanded some, and what has that process been like?
You know, you just learn something new every game. You have to study your opponent and see what's going to be open, but some of the constants have to be rebounding, defense, bringing energy, and that's always going to get you a little bit.
Well, you had the whole package tonight, Mason. Thanks. Kevin, back to you.
All right, David, great job. Thanks so much. Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Brent Barry, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thank you for watching the NBA, presented by 2K Sports. So long, everyone.